know some things. We let love give us wings. It's free, it's the key, it's for you and me, you and me. So let's discover love's great wonder. Let's discover the spell we are under. With Mililli, love. Hello. I'm Merlin, Mililli. Welcome to the Love Show, where we grapple with the question, what is love? Latte. Today we want to know, hopefully there's not a spider in my latte. Is love dancing? I think there's a spider in my latte. I have a weird reputation for killing spiders in the strangest of ways. Without meaning to. I'm a vegetarian, though. I really don't want to drink a spider. Anyway, I digress already. I have a weird perspective on dancing. My mom traded with my dance teacher. My mom was a teacher. She still is a school teacher. And she did tutoring on the side. My dance teacher's daughter needed a tutor. So my mom traded my dance lessons for her to tutor my dance teacher's daughter. I'm all for barter, but I wish I was consulted maybe at a later date. I guess I was kind of consulted, but I was 4 years old. They asked me, do you want to dance? What 4-year-old answers no to that question? Of course I wanted to dance. I did not know I was signing up for 7 years of dance, however. No one told me that part. Thusly, though, dancing was one of the first ways that I learned to express myself artistically. My grandmother had started teaching me piano at 3, so I had piano, and I did express myself with that. And I had one of those mini pianos at home, but the real piano that I played was at my grandmother's. So I only really played a real piano at my grandmother's. But when I was 3, I started going to my grandmother's every weekday. Sometimes I stayed overnight. Even after I started kindergarten, I went there after school and started staying on weekends. I almost lived there. I think there was a moment when I might have actually lived with my grandparents for all of my years, but then something changed. It may have been dance. I was there a lot at my grandparents'. And when I was there, I played their piano as much as I could. And then when I started first grade and I was at school all day, I stopped going to my grandparents at all, really, except for like Christmas and Easter, Mother's Day. So then dancing was my only artistic outlet. I liked it okay, and I seemed to be pretty good at it, so I stuck with it. We here at the Love Show have found art to be love. We have also found music to be love. One sort of needs music to dance, right? We have even found applause to be love. Is expression love? I suppose if you are expressing love, it certainly is. But what if you are expressing something else? I suppose that's another love show. Was my mother expressing love when she set up that trade? I'm not sure. I was a little resentful. She used to drop me off at dancing and would forget me there all the time. I remember mostly waiting in the dark and cold in a leotard for my mother. It probably would have made me less resentful if I didn't feel like she just wanted to get rid of me. After dance school, I soon started listening to the Grateful Dead. I started listening to them when I was 12. I stopped going to dance school when I was 11. Jerry Garcia was still alive, and at 17, as soon as I was allowed, I started going to Dead shows and dancing. I swore back then that I would only dance at Dead shows. After Jerry died, the Dead stopped touring, and I had to broaden my horizons. My friend had a band, and I started dancing at their shows. When the different incarnations of the Dead came around, I went to those shows and danced. I'm what deadheads call a spinner. I wasn't in the weird cult. There was this weird cult of spinners that followed this one guy, and he used to make everyone spin in the same direction. They all used to get mad at me because I wouldn't be spinning in the direction that guy told everyone to. Firstly, I don't rebel dance outside of dance school to take direction from some guy that I do not know. Secondly, I'm dyslexic. I had no clue what direction I was spinning in. Thirdly, the whole point of going and spinning and having a great time was not thinking. And I wasn't into thinking about which way I was spinning. I tend to overthink things, actually. I have overthought overthinking aloud. And my friend asked, "Did you just overthink overthinking?" My brain is always thinking. I have to just stop it sometimes. Dancing is one of those times. I liked specifically dancing at dead shows because they were, at least Jerry was, improvisational. So I didn't know what direction they were going to go in, and I didn't know exactly where I was going to step. I saw Bobby Weir and the Wolf Brothers with the Stanford Symphony Orchestra, and I really didn't know where they were going to go with the songs exactly. And that was the first time since Jerry died that I really felt that the band was improvisational, which is weird because they had music laid out right there. But Jerry was never into playing anything the same twice. So there's no real set music for Grateful Dead songs. Either you know the song or you don't. That's just how it is. The thing I didn't like about being in dancing school was when they were telling me where and when to step. I like to be free to move how I want, how the music makes me move. It's my expression of how I feel about the music. When we were exploring if music was love, we found that even music that was about hating something was love. We found songs also to be love. And even if they are about hate, we found them still to be love. So even if someone is telling you where to step and when, dancing still could be love. But is dancing love? When I dance for a band live, when they make me get up and dance, I'm expressing love for their music, for the musicians even. But what about those people that have no idea what they are dancing to or really even how to dance? That just go to a club on the weekend to dance to whatever is playing. Is that dancing love? We found here on the Love Show that one cannot love at all without first loving oneself in our self-love episode. Letting go and not thinking and just dancing is self-love for me. Why wouldn't it also be self-love for those weekend warriors, even if they don't love the music particularly? I think their dancing is still love. It's self-love. We here at the Love Show run into this little problem for which I find I have to give this little disclaimer. We have found that love is not sex, and sex is not love. We have actually found that to confuse the two can be more harmful than helpful. So whenever I say love, I never mean sex. Never. So is love dancing? We have found the stars, the sun, the earth, the moon, all to also be love. They're all kind of dancing, spinning even. I often feel like a planet when I'm spin dancing. Is my spin dancing somehow less love because it is love for the music or the musicians and not only self-love? No, certainly not, right? So I think then we can say that all dancing is love. No? Even slam dancing? We don't really do that anymore. They don't even mosh like they used to. There are rules now. People used to get stabbed slam dancing. I'm not sure that's love, but the dancing part still is. Stabbing with style, but we can probably just put slam dancing in a category all its own. And still, though, the dancing part, I think, is love. Most of those people, all but one really, were dancing out of love. Just that one person who stabbed another person was not love. Stabbing isn't love. We found that violence is never love. Here on the Love Show. However, I think today that we have found that dancing is love. Love is dancing. I have this weird theory that our whole planet is a bubble. Just one bubble in a drink of an enormous dancing creature who is clearly spinning. Is the universe dancing? Is the multiverse dancing? Always more questions than answers here at the Love Show. Always. So out of self-love, I'm wrapping up season 7 here. I normally finish my season in February, but this year in August, when I normally start my season, I had a mini stroke. So I had to put off starting the season until February. So I started the season 7 in February this year, and I found that I quite like starting new love shows on Valentine's Day. That worked out nicely. Love shows on the love day. So I think that's where I'm going to start all the time now. So we will be back with new love shows in February of next year. So February 2025. And I will wrap up the season in late April, early May again next year. So I'm going to be putting out half of the episodes of Years Gone Past, but I have another show now that puts out the same amount of episodes. So it's called Fireside Tales, and it's on my Mililli Studios channel, and that show is wrapping up now as well. And that's a longer show. It's 45 minutes, so really I put out more in less time. Also, I'm thinking about starting a new show that I would make daily in the summer. My walks in the woods are so nice that I've been wanting to share them. So I'm working out a way to record a sunset walk every day of the summer. So daily for summer. I haven't worked out all of the kinks, but I want to call it Walking Bear. Bear is my dog's name. So when I'm walking bear, I'm walking bear. I used to use that name, Walking Bear, for my shaman work. So this seems appropriate. You can do a lot of learning in a walk in the woods. On a walk in the woods. I know I've done most of my shaman learning on long walks in the woods. Everyone seems to wonder just what it is that I'm up to back there, so I'm going to show you. I thought the beginning could just be video footage of the scenery, and the mountain. It's really pretty here. And then as I walk back to the house, I'll talk about cool stuff like the plants and the animals and the mountain and the legends of the mountain and stuff like that. So look for my new show on my Mililli Studios channel on YouTube. I plan to be expanding my website to include a boutique. So look for that. We'll have shirts and hats and jewelry and all of my art available. And that's merlinmililli.com. It's Merlin, Merlin, like the wizard. Mililli, MILLI.com. I'm also working on a new album, so look for that through the summer and the fall. I might call it steampunk. I'm not certain yet. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and X. I'm not on TikTok yet, but if they sell it out from under the Chinese Communist Party, I'll be on TikTok too. Okay, so love is dancing. Dancing is love. I love you. Thanks for watching. Stay in touch and have a great summer. Remember to love.